Bhagavad Gita, Ashtavakra, comparative study, continue. A learned person never becomes doer. A learned person never becomes doer. He is always witness. Someone asked a fakir, "What is your practice?" He said, "Whenever body is hungry, I give food to body. Whenever body wants sleep, I give sleep. I arrange bed for the body." That man asked, "For whom?" Fakir said, "One to whom sleep comes. One to whom sleep comes, the body. One to whom hunger comes." Man said, "What are you talking? There is no one in this hut except you. You are alone. No one else is there." Fakir said, "When I was not enlightened, I was also thinking in the same way. Now I am seeing too. First I, and who is the observer? The second one is body, who is doing. To whom hunger comes, that is not I. Who hears and sees, that is not I. Someone is there in room with this body that never tires." Krishna says, such person understands actions of senses. He knows that actions of senses not I. He never joins with the senses. He knows I am different. When this experience increases that I am different, senses becomes weak. The forces of nature do all work, but due to delusion of ignorance, people assume themselves to be doer. The one who perceives that all works are done by the powers of material nature truly understands and thus does not consider oneself as the doer. Ashtavakra says, "You see, listen, eat, drink, live in this world, but ensure that you are awakened." Ashtavakra says, "See, listen, eat, drink, live in this world, but ensure that you are awakened. Do not try to enjoy these actions. Do not try to run away. Do not try to renounce activities, but be awakened to know what is real and what is unreal. Be in the world, but ensure that you are not touched by the worldly things. Be a lotus of leaf in dirty water of a pond. Water cannot touch the lotus leaf. Lotus leaf is always untouched. You should know this and do all and don't do anything." Awakened one accepts everything given to him. Awakened one accepts everything given to him. He pays his gratitude to Lord for all things. He knows that he is a witness and not a doer, and that is sufficient for him to get peace in life. Nothing is left to do. See, eat, sleep, hear, do, and live as it is. Ashtavakra says, enlightened soul is great, who is desireless and lives without any hankering. He is fully settled in himself. His mind is fixed and no desire for anything. He uses his sense organs, but he is not affected. He is same before using and also after using. Sense organs do not disturb him. Someone action may spot blotches on face, but he is not moved or angry. Someone action may spot blotches on face, but he is not moved angry. He quietly rubbed it off. No reaction, no action. That is realization. Only a soul of highest and perfect peace can do so. Once Gautam Buddha told his disciple Ananda, who was enraged, to keep quiet when a man spit on the Buddha's face. Buddha said that man wanted to say something, but he had no words. This is his way of his expression because he has no words to explain. A person ran to his house and wept in repentance because he realized the greatness of Buddha. He came next day and apologized for his act. Buddha said, "What for I should pardon you? You have done nothing. I am not affected within. How can I excuse you? I did not accept what you gave, and there is no effect on me." Buddha and Mahavira achieved all after leaving the palaces and kingdom. They become great after leaving the kingdom and comforts of kingdom. But Janakji is still greater. He is king and he is always away from palace in his mind. And is always away from his palace in his mind. He is a witness which living among all comforts. He never allowed palace and comforts to control him. He controlled all and forgets all, though living among them all. Though living among them all. Janak has realized he is in palace, but palace is not in him. He is in world, but world is not in him. And this is main sign of a wise soul. Though involved in worldly activities, but still away. These reactions of not getting involved in worldly activities is called witnessing. It's called witnessing. Not getting involved in worldly activities is called witnessing. Lord Sri Krishna says, "Be worthless." A person is said to have attained yogic perfection when he or she has no desire for sensual pleasures or attachment to the fruits of work and has renounced taking any kind of oath and also renounced taking any kind of oath. One who is oathless, desireless, pure, wise, impartial, and free from anxiety, who has renounced the doers in all undertaking, such a devotee is dear to me. Ashtavakra said, "Be without dis, distinction and oathless. Giving up such distinctions is what I am, and I am not that. Recognize that everything is myself and be without distinction and happy. You don't fall in what to do and what not to do to get peace, what to accept and what not to accept. Otherwise, this will become reason of your pain. You just leave both and rest in peace within. Who does not want to be like this or that? Worthless person does not like this or that. Your experience, your wisdom is your oath. There is no need. There is no need further. You have understood that is enough. You have understood that is enough. It is not necessary to take the permission from the society. Once we know that 2 plus 2 are 4, that is sufficient. There is nothing to take oath that I will make 2 plus 2 is 4. Don't do it by oath. Do it by love and do it by wisdom. Don't do it by any kind of pressure. Do it within. It is very contradictory. Ashtavakra says, do not take oath. Renouncement must not be brought. It must come behind your experience. Ashtavakra says, awaken does not start the work with any reason. Awaken does not start the work with any reason. He is always selfless and oathless. Like children, the learned one just acts and does not think beyond, before the action and after the action. He is moral, he is normal and simple while playing. For such action, the learned and wise person never attached. That is why he never thinks afterwards. He is totally unattached, whether an action is done or undone. He never does any act for himself. He acts for act's sake. That is all. He does not expect any reaction. He is nothing to get and nothing to lose. He does not allow the actions to enter his mind and thoughts and hence unattached. Just as in the Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says, "Hey, do your duty and do not expect the fruits. Do your duty and do not expect the fruit." Here Ashtavak says to dedicate the beginning of the result itself to God. Here Ashtavakra says dedicate the beginning of the result itself to God. Result of any action comes after the action is over. And Ashtavakra says that starting the work to do not think of any result. You act and go away. There is nothing higher than the Supreme Being. Oh Arjuna, everything in the universe is stung on the Supreme Being, like jewels are stung on the thread of a necklace. Oh Arjuna, I am the stability in the water. I am the radiance in the sun and the moon, and the sacred syllable Om in all the Vedas. The sound in the ether and potency in human beings. I am the sweet fragrance in the earth. I am the heat in the fire, the life in living beings, and the austerity, austerity in the ascetics. O Arjuna, know me to be eternal seed of all creatures. I am the intelligence of the intelligent and the brilliance of the brilliant. I am the strength of the strong, who is devoid of selfish attachment. I am the lust in human beings, that is devoid of sense gratification and is in accordance with dharma for the sacred purpose of procreation after marriage. माला के मनियों की तरह माला के मनियों की तरह सब जग मुझ में समाया है, मुझसे अलग कुछ भी नहीं, सब मेरी ही माया है. Ashtavakra says, you are divine, Aham Brahmasmi, you are spreading this word, you are thread in it, do not become small-minded. You are pure consciousness by nature. You are involved with house is mine, money is mine, business is mine, son is mine. Mind gets involved in it. Why to make small claims? Make a great proclamation. Make a great proclamation. Say, I am pure consciousness. Make the divine proclamation. Aham Brahmasmi. Be satisfied with anything less. Why be satisfied anything less? Whole universe is yours. Krishna says there is nothing in the world which I do not possess. Sri Krishna has proclaimed that I am God. You also proclaim the same. Ashtavakra says, whatever we proclaim, we become the same. Whatever we proclaim, we become the same. Try to understand, you are not different from Krishna. You have to open your eyes and see you are God. If you consider yourself small, you are small. Your belief, your proclamation is your life. You want to see God in stone, but not in yourself. You want to see God in stone, but not in yourself. What a hilarious and funny thing. Lord Krishna says, I am the controller of all universe, the omniscient, one who meditates on the Supreme Being, the oldest, the controller, smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest, the sustainer of everything I am. Ashtavak says, God is creator of all. All are created by God. There is no other one. Who believes this confidently, he is in peace. All desire and expectations rooted out. He never embraces, never attracted such person's expectations, disappointment, and desires all destroyed. Mating of mating of 84 millions of yonis, male, female, is the region of creation. Mating of 84 millions of yonis and male, female is the region of running the universe. Lord Sri Krishna says, what is the need for this detailed knowledge? Krishna says, what is the need for this detailed knowledge to you? What is the need for this detailed knowledge to you? I continually support the entire universe by a very small fraction of my divine power. I continually support the entire universe by a very small fraction of my divine power. Ashtavakra says, no use of listening lot of scriptures. No use of listening lot of scriptures. You cannot get peace without forgetting all. My son, you may recite or listen to countless scriptures, but you will not be established within until you forget everything. Just you remember that I am witness. Someone has worldly thoughts. Someone has divinity thoughts. Heart is full of thoughts. Heart is full of thoughts. Thoughts may be good or bad, but there are thoughts. Remembrance of the thoughts, revolving heart, where is peace? Remembering of thoughts, revolving heart, where is peace? Thoughts are region of unpeace. Empty the heart, forget all. What will happen by listening? Scriptures. You will get new waves in the heart, and heart will try to get the same. Imagination of new heaven and salvation will arise again. You will enter in a new world. Therefore, Astavak says, you will not get peace without forgetting all. You will not get peace forgetting all, without forgetting all. By remembering, there will be no peace. By remembering, there will be no peace. Peace will be by forgetting all. Peace will be by forgetting all. Lord Krishna says, do not desire fruits of deeds. Do not desire fruits of deeds. You have the right of action, but you do not have the right on the fruits. You have control over doing your respective duty, but no control or claim over the results. The fruits of work should not be your motive. The fruits of work should not be your motive, and you should never be inactive. And you should never be inactive. If you are unable to do your duty, surrender to me, surrender to my will, and renounce the attachment and anxiety, fruits of all deeds, while learning to accept all results as God's grace with equanimity. You have freedom to work, but you have no freedom to get fruits. Fruit of action must not be your motive. Lord Krishna says, you have right to work, but to get fruits of action is not in your control. Do not understand that there is no way to get fruits. To be in action is only way to get fruits. Desire for fruits is no way to get fruits. Doing act is in your hand. Doing will definitely bring fruits, but you don't desire. Doing will definitely bring fruits, but you don't desire. That would come automatically after act, like shadow. We have heard a story. One king had given sentence of death to his wazir. One king had given sentence of death to his wazir. Before death sentence, king met to wazir to ask if there is any last desire. Certainly desire cannot be to save his life. That was the restriction. King asked to wazir, tell me what is your last desire. I will fulfill. It is customary. Whoever given death sentence, his last desire is to be fulfilled. You say, if you have any desire, it will be fulfilled. Wazir suddenly started crying, looking outside the gate. Wazir suddenly started crying, looking outside the gate. King said, why are you crying? I cannot dream there will be tears in your eyes. Wazir was a courteous man. King may be angry with him, but there was no doubt on his wisdom and bravery. King said, you are crying. Do you fear from death? He said, I am not crying for the fear of death. I am not crying for the fear of death. I am crying because of something else. King said, tell me, I will fulfill that. Wazir said, that could not be fulfilled now. That could not be fulfilled now. Therefore, let it go. King becomes stubborn. Why that could not be fulfilled now? I am king. I will fulfill your wish. Wazir said, if you are pressurizing so much, I tell you, I am crying to see your horse. I am crying to see your horse. King said, are you fooling? What is there to cry seeing the horse? Wazir said, I have learned a technique. I spent 20 years to learn that. Technique is to teach the horse to fly, and that could be taught to a special breed of horse. That could be taught to a special breed of horse. I was searching that breed since long, but I could not get it. Tomorrow I am going to die, and horse is standing in front of me, is of the same breed. King became greedy. King became greedy. Horse can fly. I will be fame all over the world. I will be fame all over the world. King said, leave the death penalty aside. Tell me how much time will take to teach the horse to fly. Wazir said, it will take 1 year. It will take 1 year. King said, is it not much time? Okay. If horse will fly, it is okay. You will be pardoned. If horse will not fly, death penalty will be given to you after 1 year. Wazir taken the horse and came home. Wazir taken the horse and came home. Wife and children were crying because today was last day of his death sentence. Seeing Wazir coming back home, everyone was in a pleasant shock. All were asking how he came. Wazir said whole story. Wife started to cry again. She said, you are mad because I know very well you don't know technique which can teach horse to fly. Because I know you very well, you don't know any technique which can teach horse to fly. You will be proved wrong. This 1 year will be worse. When you demanded time, you must have demanded 10, 15 years. 1 year will pass very fast. Wazir said, don't worry. 1 year is being very long. Perhaps he was aware of the fact. Wife said, how could be long? It will pass very soon. Wazir said, do not worry. 1 year is enough for me. We don't know. Horse will survive whole year. We don't know king will survive or I will survive. Lot of conditions is to be fulfilled. Then 1 year will complete. And the same thing happened. Neither Wazir survived, nor horse, and not king. All three died before 1 year. You cannot hope anything for tomorrow. Fruits are always in future. It is not sure we will be there or not in future. People are going on doing such kind of foolishness. People are going on doing such kind of foolishness. What would happen in future, nothing is sure. People don't have faith in God. Although all are saying they have faith in God. But actually they do not have faith in God. Therefore, I say never trust anyone, not God even, because trust means where there is poison lives in. Trust means where there poison lives in. Place for the poison to live is called Vishwas. Please try to understand it. Vish plus vas, Vishwas. Vish means poison and vas means a place to live in. We should do the work from our side. We should not demand fruits. We should not embrace with fruits. We should do work and we should leave fruits on God. Ashtavakra says, awaken does not start work with any reason. Awaken does not start work with any reason. For the seer who behaves like a child without desire in all actions, for such a pure one there is no attachment even in the work being done. Like children, just act, they never think before doing. Wise never attached and he never think. He is totally unattached, whether action done or undone. He never does anything for himself. He acts for all. He does not expect anything. He is nothing to get and nothing to lose. Lord Krishna says, do your duty and do not expect the fruits. Ashtavakra says, dedicate beginning of the doing itself to the God. The result will come after the action. And Ashtavakra says, before starting the action, does not think of any result. You act and get away. Krishna says, you be free from me, mine, nirmamo nirhankaro, one who does not hate any creation. one who does not hate any creature, who is friendly and compassionate, free from I and me and my, even minded in pain and pleasure, forgiving, and who is ever contented, who has subdued the mind, whose resolve is firm, whose mind and intellect are engaged in dwelling upon me, who is devoted to me, is dear to me, the one who, the one by whom others are not agitated and who is not agitated by others, who is free from joy, envy, fear, and anxiety, is also dear to me. Ashtavakra says all illusions are of heart. Ashtavakra says all illusions are of heart. Be free from me and mine. Nirmamo nirhankaro. Desire and anger are objects of the mind, but the mind is not yours, nor ever has been. But the mind is not yours, nor ever has been. You are priceless, awareness itself, and unchanging. You got all if you know the science that unattachment and detachment are of heart. That attachments and detachments are of heart. Soul never feels the pain of pain and pleasure. If you feel pain or pleasure, you are considering heart as soul. If you are feeling pain and pleasure, you are considering heart as a soul. There is one meaning of pain and pleasure, that you have joined the connection of your heart with your soul, which cannot be possible. A man free of me and mine and of a sense of responsibility, aware that nothing exists, with all desires experiencing within, does not act even in acting. Lord Krishna says, stubborn cannot be anything. Stubbornness, by stubbornness cannot be anything. One does not attain freedom from the bondage of karma by merely abstaining from work. No one attains perfection by merely giving up work, because no one can remain actionless even for a moment. By the forces of the helpless, indeed, everyone is driven to action naturally. Krishna opens a new door. He says, keep doing, continue, and run away from doership. Keep doing, continue, and run away from doership. He says, keep doing, let going on, let doing going on. Renounce the doer. When doership go away, man become eligible to see that life is going on as per nature, law. We are just like a straw in the river. Krishna is pressing hard to forget that you are a doer and saying, let the action going on. I promise you, no action will touch you. Sins will never touch you. Doership touches. Man is sinless. When man is not doer, how can be he is sinner? You are not sinner, as all action being done by body, not by soul. No one heard Lord Krishna carefully. You will say, what I am talking, nothing has been read more than Gita. Gita is being read regularly in every home. I would like to tell you, even it is being read in every home regularly, but it is it has not been understood properly by everyone. It happens when we read something time and again we stop understanding. It happens when we read something time and again we stop understanding. By reading so many times it looks all is understood. Reading time and again we feel we know all. Verses of Gita are remembered but not understood. Verses of Gita are remembered but not understood. For example, no one can stop doing, even though since thousands years our saints or sages are trying to leave doing. Doing is not left, but an idleness, laziness has been created. Doing has not been left, but a useless and activeness has been created. Doing not stopped, doing is continued, and hypocrisy created within. Krishna says, there is no way to run away. There is no way to run away from doing. You have to do something or else, even in the forest or Himalaya caves or meditating time also. You cannot escape doing. When you are meditating, then also you are doing. You have to do something wherever you are. Lord Krishna is pressing hard to make him understand. Realize actual revolution is in living doership, not doing. Living doership, not doing. Ashtavakra says, someone control heart by stubbornness cannot do so. Someone control heart by stubbornness cannot do so. How can there be cessation of thought, cessation of thoughts for misguided, who is striving for it? Yet it is there always, naturally, for the wise person delighted in oneself. One who tries to control mind by force can never do so. When try to force mind in one direction, it goes in another direction. Such person are fools who use force for such a thing. Force is not required. Wise understands this and control mind without any force. He is peaceful and never use force. Do not fight with mind. When two persons fight, there is no end to fight. One has to surrender and see how long others fight. He will also be silent after some time when he sees that other one is not responding. You just see the jumping of mind without getting disturbed, and you will observe mind is silent and exhausted after fighting some time. Fool renounces act and control hurt by stubbornness. Sooner does a person of low intelligence give up activities like the elimination of thought than he falls into mental chariot racing and bumble. A fool does not get rid of stupidity even on hearing the truth. He may appear outwardly free from imaginations, but inside he is hankering after the senses still. Fools never leave foolishness. Fools never leave foolishness. He acts as if he has left all, but he is the same desirous person within. His thoughts do not leave him. It is very easy to control actions, but it is very difficult to control thoughts. Lord Krishna says, O Arjuna, there is no duty for me in the three worlds which should be done by me, nor there is anything unattained that I should obtain. All is already obtained, yet I do action. Ashtavakra says, I have no duty, by whom inner distraction is seen, may put an end to it, but the noble one is not distracted. When there is nothing to achieve, what is he to do? A enlightened person never worry for his duty. He does not believe in duty. He knows world is created by him. He gets things done or undone luckily. Why should be why should he go for actions and results? You die for duty, you become doer, no duty, no doer. A sage who become liberated by nature, and he is called Mahavir. He has no duty to perform. Living in the world, living in the world, hustle and bustle of crowd does not bother him. He is in peace always under all emotions, bad or good, pleasant or unpleasant. Life is as it is. He lives quite normal. He lives quite normal, peaceful and unconcerned. He takes life as it comes. Physical comforts and luxury, mental satisfaction does not disturb him. He keeps mind locked so that outward happening does not enter his mind. Keep everything away from mind. He is enjoying liberation in all circumstances. Keep everything away from mind. He is enjoying liberation in all circumstances. How can there be happiness without the rain of the nectar of peace? How can be there happiness without the rain of the nectar of peace? For one who is burning inside by blistering sun of pain, of thinking that are things that are still needed, doing his duty. So long you think All are happening in life because of you. You are feeling, you are doing. Ego plays the role that I am the doer. I am responsible for all that I have. That is a mistake. You do nothing. There is someone else who leads you to do whatever you do. So many reactions are taking place in your body under different systems. It means a digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, etc. So many organs are functioning. All these are not controlled by you, but by some other power. You have to realize yourself who is doing nothing. Peace is not the result of your action. Peace is not the result of your action. It comes when you don't do equanimity yoga.